scenario, and my viewer has firsthand knowledge of this.
I want to shoot this out to my homie Steven over at JW Workout Channel. Me and my baby boy, we took off, and that cat been driving with me all around the country, everywhere for some years now. I've been doing this type of work for like 5 years. When I left Washington, my cat was fine. I was fine. We don't get sick. We don't take shots. I noticed a lot of fog when I got out of, say, Washington. After passing through all that fog, my cat got so sick. I went to work one morning, and I got back from work for the second day. I just ran around picking up my cat's drinking fountains and all his food and everything he liked. My poor boy, he couldn't even walk to the fountain. It broke my fucking heart, honestly. And it came out of nowhere. I don't know. It let out a horrible wallow that night. I grabbed my baby boy. I put him next to me. I slept with him. I woke up like 2 hours later. He was gone. I remember I took him to a cremation place. I have him cremated. What I noticed was there was a lot of people. I'm talking about a lot of people who had lost animals that week.
I'm Dr. Faith Banks, pet hospice vet at the Animal Health Laboratory at the University of Guelph in Canada. They did a study and they looked at sudden death in pets. So these are not pets that were dying of old age. Pet was fine one day and dead the next, or even an hour later they were dead. So they looked at a number of dogs that had been brought in for postmortems, and they found that the number one reason of sudden death in dogs was because of unknown cancer. Quite often, these dogs bled internally, and that caused them to die. Heart issues or heart disease and lung disease were next in line as the reasons for sudden death in dogs. In cats, it was a little bit different. Cancer was actually at the bottom of the list for cats, and heart disease was at the top of the list for the number one reason for a cat to pass suddenly.
Forum has come out with a new initiative that will have pet owners and animal rights activists off their rocker. The WEF is calling for millions of pets worldwide to be slaughtered in an effort to reduce their carbon footprints. Their global leaders and shapers have already ordered media outlets to begin pushing the narrative. CNN has begun by posting an article on their website titled, "Our pets are part of the problem. These tips can help you minimize their carbon paw prints." Some of the article's highlights include meat-heavy diets of pets are causing planet-warming gases to be released into the atmosphere. The article claims that responsible pet owners should trade their dogs or cats in for turtles or snakes as they're more environmentally friendly. Claus would like us to all stop consuming meat and switch to a more sustainable insect diet, and the same goes for your pets. Bloomberg followed along and released an article horribly titled, "Let Your Pets Die to Fight Inflation." Despite the unethical nature of euthanizing our pets, the WEF and its climate activists are vowing to slaughter millions of dogs to reduce their carbon paw prints. To add to this insanity, it also claims to reduce animal cruelty, as it will ensure that no pets are subject to neglect or mistreatment. There's very little evidence to prove that this initiative will actually have a substantial impact on the climate crisis. But if you've been listening, you'll realize that this is not about the climate. This is about dehumanizing, degrading, and mocking us. Comment your thoughts on this ridiculous plan.
The fog, the dust, is much bigger than bioattacks.
This is crazy. That's dust.
Due to the dust storm, there's injuries and fatalities.
Oh my God.
I've caught the government doing something strange, and each and every last one of you need to listen to me. This is emergency operational plans. First, in Chicago, a local said that things are getting weird and people are dying left and right. In Illinois, and then somebody else in Atlanta, GA, said my friend died after 52 days hospital, flu-like symptoms. He worked in the fog for his entirety. His blood quit making blood. He had plasma treatments. He had a stroke and a heart attack, dementia-type symptoms. And guess what the crazy part about this is? He was only 32 years old and healthy. Now we have to investigate what happened to people after this fog and dust storm. Something top secret was documented by Manyeka Lady Maturity. She documented every day of the dust storm coming to Chicago, and she saw something highly strange.
So here's the video that I promised with the military flying over the water, hovering. And there are pictures that we have with what appears to be a submarine in the lake. So now that we having these occurrences what we call natural occurrences that seems unnatural, like a dust storm coming from Lake Michigan.
So this happened after the fact that they had a dust storm. And what were they looking for is the big question. Because from her documented videos, you can see that the dust storm came over the ocean from Lake Michigan. And the question is, were they trying to cover something up with something in the water there, and they started a dust storm to stop visibility? Or is it something else more sinister? 9 days officially before all of this, something strange happened with the CDC. They have a special unit called the Intelligence Epidemic Services. And officially, on May 7th, they were exempted from the administration's hiring freeze. 7 days after that, I received a text from my law enforcement source that the CDC was with a F-16 military fighter jet at their Emergency Operations Center in Indianapolis Airport. So this is a protocol that they actually do going into this airport, specifically before public health emergencies, and now we get this just days following.
Anyone else got the dust storm cold? On day 3 of this weird cold thing that came after the dust storm. And I know I feel like I sound crazy saying that, but I have been coughing so bad. I swear I feel like I pulled something in my rib cage. And I'm not the only one. I know several people that have gotten this weird cough. And I'm like, maybe it's allergies. I'm going to be honest. I got some stomach issues. It's a whole thing that is not fun. So is there anybody out there that went through the dust storm and got this weird cold thing? Comes with a little bit of a fever, crazy coughing.
Silence.